feeling confused if he is the one. If you're not sure, is he the one, or you think he's the one, but there is some kind of feeling of confusion where you can't fully put your finger on it, let's talk about this today. If any men are watching, it's also for you, where you don't know, like, is she the one? Like, you love her, but there's some kind of point of confusion, so you can just translate it for you as well. But I'm just gonna address mostly women, as mostly women are following me. Okay, so feeling confused. So when you're dating someone and you're just not sure, is he the one or not? Like, there is just this feeling of like confusion. You don't know if you should move forward or if you should move back. Should you accept the relationship? Should you not? Um, like, you really like this person, but then it's just like this weird feeling of confusion. So let's talk about this today. And let me give you one example of one of my clients. And I remember we were talking, and one of my one-on-one clients, and she told me, um, Ali, I am going out with this one guy and I really like him. However, like, however, I feel confused with him. Like, I just feel so confused. I don't know what to do with this guy. And then I was like, you feel confused because this guy is confusing. You know, we're confused when we're like disoriented, pulled in two directions, and this is exactly what he was doing. I mean, not intentionally, but he just wasn't a good match. Like, in this scenario, we'll talk about confusion where it doesn't have to be a deal breaker. You just get clarity what's going on and then you clear it in the relationship. But this one was a deal breaker. So she really liked this guy. Like, she was going out on a few dates, like she enjoyed herself. He made her laugh. I think they even went to like salsa dancing together, and it was really nice. However, she still felt confused, and I was like, it's because he is confusing you. Because your goal is to get married, like, your goal is to have a lifetime long term relationship. Like, she really wanted to also be a stay at home mom, she wanted to have kids, and it was confusing for her because the guy was financially struggling, right? Like, so it wasn't a good match for her. Like, and maybe another woman um, wouldn't mind so much. You know, there are different type of women, but for her it was a completely non-negotiable point because she wanted to be a stay-at-home mother with kids. So because the guy was financially struggling, it wasn't a match, and he also didn't really want a relationship, so it also wasn't a match. So I was like, it is clearly confusing because it's confusing you because it is confusing because you have two messages here. One, you like him, and number two, he's not a match. And this is what oftentimes happens in relationships where you like someone because there is attraction, there is chemistry, there's polarity, like, you just enjoy the time with the person, and yet they're just not a good match. They're just not a good match. So that happens a lot. Sorry. Um, that's why I keep telling you guys, you've got to have a strategy how to date in order to filter out the guys that are a good match for you. And a really great course for to start, actually my best selling course, is the How to Date a Millionaire course. Yeah, where you have the A to Z how to date with all the strategy, and also embodiment exercises, knowing how to date, how to filter, so that you are crystal clear what kind of man you want in your life, and how to inspire a top 1%, maybe even millionaire man, to choose you to propose. Okay, so this is one point where you have to be crystal clear what you want. Actually, my client, she took that course, so she already was clear what she wanted. But the mistake that she did, she kept hanging out with the guy that wasn't a good match, which, you know, it's understandable. He was handsome, he was fun, like he was many great things, but it just wasn't a good match. So even if she ended a relationship with him, like she wouldn't be fulfilled and she would keep getting confused. But sometimes this confused feeling, don't rationalize it. Like sometimes people say, "Oh yeah, it's okay. Like let's not think about it." But it's your intuition, it's your body telling you, "Hey, look, there might be something off. Look into that. Look into that because why am I feeling confused? Like what is going on here?" And again, I'm gonna give you in a second also an example where it's a note where it's just a confusion because it's not a non-negotiable problem. But let me give you one more where it is a non-negotiable problem where you might just not be a good match. Okay, and before, I would love to invite you for a free love audit call. The link for that is in my description box or in my bio. So it's a short talk where you can already pick my brain, ask questions, and we can discover if we are a good match for long-term working together, where I can guide you. So it's completely free. Make sure to reach out for a free love audit call if you desire support on your dating or even in your relationship journey. Okay, so, and I have clients all over the world from all backgrounds, so wherever you are welcome. All right, and then one other reason why people can feel deeply confused is because they are in a narcissistic relationship. I don't know if you've heard about these terms. Like this term is thrown easily, or she's a narcissist, he's a narcissist. Like that's thrown easily. But what it really means is like, if someone was always awful, like a narcissist, always just mean, it would be easy to like nearly impossible to be in this relationship, because it's like she or he is just horrible. But the problem where people get stuck and feel confused is when they are being. Maybe you heard this term. You can also Google that because there's like lots of amazing content about this too. Um, you heard about this term, love bombing, yeah, where someone is giving you so much love, so much attention, so much grand gestures, so many gifts, and then you just feel like a princess on top of a world, and then they take it all away. It just feels like a rug or some kind of something under your feet is just taken away, and you just feel like unstable, confused. You don't know what's going on because your brain has like those two pictures of this person who's love bumping you, super kind, saying nice words, doing things for you, and then the same person can ghost, can disappear, can start yelling, calling your names. So when the same thing happens, you can also feel confused. Like, and you're most likely going to feel confused because there's like this weird dissonance in the brain where you don't really know, okay, what is going on? Like, is this person a nice person or a mean person? And it also creates like this reinforcement of good and bad behavior where the dopamine levels in our brain really get messed up, and it can create even like an addictive effect. So if you're confused, maybe you are in a relationship. And I want you to really check into that, because I've been in relationships, even friendships, where it was like a low level love bombing, at the same time being hurt at, from the same person. And I was not aware of that. Yeah. So not only romantic relationship, I also had a girlfriend who did that. Like, she was so nice to hang out, it was fun. And then regularly she would just block me because she would just triggered with something, right? So it's about the nice person suddenly turning away and blocking you, saying mean things, or disappearing, or the nice person suddenly being passive aggressive, making devaluing, disrespectful comments. Yeah, so that creates confusion. And of course, everybody would say, "What? Why are you even in this relationship when she or he is doing that?" Because if she or he is 50% of time, or maybe even 80, 70, 90, super kind and love bumping you, the brain gets confused. Like, okay, she's nice or he's nice, then they're mean. Like, huh, what's going on? So if you feel confused during dating or in a relationship, look into that. It might be an unhealthy relationship, and that's your cue. And again, if you need more support around that, you can reach out for a free love audit call, but don't ignore that feeling of confusion. This is not, you're not supposed to be in that state. You're not supposed to be in the state of like, is this the right relationship for me? Is he the one or is she the one? You are supposed to be 100% clear, and this is the right state, this clarity, this knowing, this 100% yes, logically, intuitively, emotionally, your whole body saying yes. This is the state where I want you to be in when you marry, when you choose someone to be with. And even if you are already in a relationship, this is the emotion you should have. And I know that a lot of people say, yeah, relationships are difficult, so you will be suffering or whatever. Okay, we can have triggers in relationships, and there are triggers, right? People get triggered in terms of there are miscommunications, things to solve, but miscommunications don't create a feeling of confusion. It's just a problem, and then we solve it. That's all that is to it. Yeah, just like you're hungry and then you eat. That's all there is. You're not supposed to feel confused. Or, should I eat? Should I not eat? Yeah. So usually there is something in it, right? Like, I think the only time I feel confused when I got like this tummy flu, and then I was like confused. Okay, I'm hungry, I should eat, but then maybe I shouldn't. Maybe my stomach didn't recover yet. Like two different directions that pull on you. And I think I didn't mention this in the first example. In the first example of my client going out with someone that she liked, but he wasn't a good match, a lot of women, I just want to add to this, a lot of women settle for a guy because they're like, at least I have somebody. And I know it sounds crazy, but this is what a lot of women do, and I've been there myself as well. So women are, at least I have somebody, at least I don't have to be alone, I don't have to sleep alone, I don't have to do this. And you are a queen. You get to have it all. You are a queen. You get to have it all. You don't have to settle for, at least I have somebody. Of course, we don't have to be entitled of, I want this and this and this. Like, just write down what are your non-negotiable, what you really, really, really want. But settling for somebody because you're afraid to have nobody, that's not an option. Of course you're gonna feel confused because your intuition knows. Your intuition knows that you deserve more. If your soul wasn't meant for more, you would not be confused. You just wouldn't. You just would be um, thinking, okay, I'm fine. I'm content. I'm happy. Like, this is the word, content. I'm happy with what I have. Someone asked, where are you from? I live in Germany. So I live in Germany. My company is in Germany, but I have Polish background. So my parents are Polish, Eastern European, but I live in Germany. I also lived in the US for a year. I went there to school, and last year I did a world tour. So I lived in many places: Australia, Bali, Dubai. Yeah, before the situation happened, all over Europe. So because of my of this business, where I'm just so grateful to be here to help all of you. I was location free, so I could just travel a lot. Yeah, so this is where I'm from, but I have clients from all over the world: US, Canada, Asia, Europe, mostly these countries, but also Africa, South America as well. So all over the world. Um, yeah, but let's get back to the topic. Sorry. Okay, so feeling confused, your soul knows that there's just something off. You're not supposed to feel confused. So, what I want you to do as an exercise is, before I share with you two, three more examples, I want you to close your heart. You take a deep breath. I want you to close your heart. You take a deep breath, and I want you to envision yourself in clarity. I want you to. Oh, the cats. My cats are disturbing me. I'm so sorry in this meditation, but let's focus now. Okay. So that's life. Sometimes we get disturbed in life. Okay. So I want you to focus on your heart. Take a deep breath. And I want you to envision yourself in clarity and certainty. Because the more clear you are, the more certain you are, the faster you're going to attract what you want. Okay, so you've got clarity and certainty in your heart, and when we would have like a one-on-one coaching call together, I would hold that energy for you. So my clients often calibrate to the energy very quickly when I hold the clarity for them. And I want you to see yourself in this feeling of knowing, of clarity, knowing the direction where to go. You can even imagine or compare it with the example of, you are in New York City and you want to go to Florida, and you have the clarity that you're going to Florida, and the Google Maps is showing you exactly where to go and how to go, and you just have clarity. And then when you have the clarity, you can just start driving and manifest what you want, like going to Florida, right? Okay, so you envision yourself in clarity, in certainty, in the feeling of knowing. And once you envision yourself in the feeling of knowing, in the feeling of certainty and clarity, I want you to imagine that, like, the embodiment of that feels very relaxing, but very powerful. Like, you can take action. You know what to do. You know where to go. You are just certain. And it's not the certainty of your head telling you, Oh, I feel confused, but my parents said he's a good guy, so let's just go with him. Or I feel confused, but uh, whatever he's doing or she's doing, like they're just stressed or they are just like making rational decisions. Like this is not what I'm talking about with certainty. This is just our brain. Certainty is the embodiment, like this feeling of certainty where your brain, your emotions, your body, and your soul are all on the same page. And when you access that, I'm so happy someone said it feels calming. And when you access that state of clarity and certainty, you will see like things manifest so quickly. You yourself, through journaling, will find out what's going on. And again, if you work with me one on one, I highly invite you to reach out for a free love audit call. I'm like a scanner, I can find very quickly what is this reason of the confusion. And I help you with the embodiment, just like we did now, but like much deeper. Sometimes the meditations are just deeper when we do it one on one. And I also help you to find, okay, what is the source and the reason of the confusion? And how can we find it? And then how can we implement what we found in order for you to be really certain? Because once you're certain, once you have clarity, your manifestations come true, whatever that is. Is it finding the one? Or have, if you on a relationship of being with your man who is just leveling up to being your dream man. Maybe there are some pattern right now in your relationship that you're not happy about, and we have to have clarity to also communicate that and manifest that, right? Like, let me give you an example with one of my other clients where she, one second. So she was feeling also confused in her relationship, and she didn't realize that she actually wants to have time that is present. Like she was confused, she felt something is missing. And once we did this embodiment exercise and we dig in deeper a little bit, and maybe you can find it yourself, but oftentimes it helps to have support from an expert who really knows how to get into those deeper points. So we look into her situation, and she just wanted time present with her man, where her man doesn't talk about his career, isn't in his head, distracted. She just wanted to be heard and seen. She wanted that he turns off his phone, that he stops talking about business, that he just listens to how she feels, how she thinks, where she has like this present time on maybe schedule on a date, because like life happened, they had kids, like they were going to work, and then all the household stuff, and then there was just no time for this presence, for listening to each other, for really being heard and seen. And once she got the clarity, we started practicing that she can do this for herself, because oftentimes we can't receive what we can't give to ourselves, right? So she started doing that, and she expressed that clearly with certainty to her partner, and was even able to give him like one or two exercises how to calm his brain so he can listen to her. He started meditating, and boom, she has what she wants. She feels so fulfilled, and the relationship is just thriving, because without this ingredient, she felt so unseen and unheard in this relationship, like abandoned, nearly. Okay, that's like a hard work word, but she just didn't feel like this connection where they only talked about work, kids, household, right? And the polarity, the attraction got better. And of course, she was feeling more open for any sexual intimacy with her husband, and they both just had a more beautiful experience just because she found the clarity and got out of the confusion. Because the confused feeling, when we live in it, when we act on it, it doesn't manifest anything good. You know how they say luck attracts luck? Same is with confusion. Confusion attracts more confusion, or even sometimes it attracts frustration. So that's why being in this state is just not helping anybody. Okay, come here. I'm gonna show you guys my cats. Come here. Yeah, and it's just like disturbing us. Okay, say hi. Yeah. Okay, so if they're loud, I'm sorry, but they themselves opened the door, so they're now here. All right. Or maybe, give me a second. All right. So, getting back to the topic, if you're feeling confused, again, it's not going to serve your relationship. It's not going to serve your relationship, and you're not going to manifest anything amazing out of it. The happiness, you are stuck in a loop. So, we have to take you out with an embodiment exercise, and also later really finding what is the reason. There are multiple, just like I gave you with the guy that wasn't a match at all, because he just wasn't a match to what my client wanted, or literally a relationship that is hot and cold. It doesn't even have to be toxic. It can be just you get lots of love bombing attention and then no attention at all. Like, it's just confusing. Or maybe there's just something missing in your relationship or when you're dating. Okay, so you've got to find that, but please promise me you don't stay in this feeling of confusion, because it just keeps you stuck. You've got to get out of this. Envision yourself in certainty, envision yourself with clarity, and journal, and really think about it, what is going on. And if you want to save your time, which I highly recommend, reach out for a free love audit call. Again, I'm able to really quickly spot for you what might be the point of confusion and how you can get clarity where you really feel like you can move forward. And I'm going to give you one last example. And yeah, the link to my free love audit call is in the comments, description box, or in my bio. All right. So, one last example that I want to give you. One of my other clients who got married recently, she was also dating this one guy, and she also felt confused. She was like, I'm not sure if he's the one or not. And we talked about this. Again, I did with her this process of like getting into clarity, of really seeing after she entered the identity of clarity, because we need like this new identity before we continue. When you have this identity of confusion, overwhelm, uncertainty, it's just taking a decision isn't going to help you. That's why ChatGPT cannot always help you, because if someone tells you what to do, that is not helpful. You have to really feel into that, really go deep, change your embodiment, and then really see, okay, what is it that's causing that confusion? Okay, and that's why one-on-one coaching is just so powerful, because we can explore it together. We can really go deep together and see, okay, what is it that causes this confusion? So then we looked into that, and she told me that her parents were, no, she told me that whenever whenever he says something to her, like he suggests something that she could change, like I think he should suggested that she could change the workplace, or that she could, I don't know, he was just like giving suggestions. I don't know the exact details anymore. And I was like, okay, but why is this bothering you? Like, what is, like, why is it bad? Like, he's just trying to be helpful. Yeah, because my parents, they told me what I should do, and if I didn't do it, they punished me, you know? And I was like, okay, okay. So we found the point of confusion. She was confused because she really liked the guy, everything was good, but there was like this fear that he will punish her when she doesn't do what he says. Okay, so that's why she felt confused if he's the one or not. And then I was like, that's a valid fear. This is what you experience, and you 100% shouldn't be with a person who controls you. And then we made a plan that she's gonna just show up in an empowered way and just let him know that she thanks him for the, she really thanks him for the suggestions. However, she would like to do it her own way. And if he's gonna punish her, he's gonna get angry, or if he just keeps it as a suggestion. And guess what? He kept it as a suggestion. Like, it wasn't a real problem that we had to solve or train him. Like, it wasn't even like a big deal or anything. It was just a little fear, which is understandable though, because her parents punished her when she did something wrong. Yeah. And once we found this fear and she was able to remove that, then she entered the state of clarity, of certainty, of knowing. And everything in her, her brain, her body, her soul was like, yes, I want to be with this guy. I want to marry this guy. I am certain. I'm clear. And that's what she did. And that's the end of the story. But basically, you see how finding that kind of confusion is just so important, because sometimes ignoring it, in the first three examples I gave you, that would be really bad because it was a real problem. And here, if the woman would act on the confusion, on the fear, she would literally sabotage a top 1% educated, kind man who's proposing to her and wanting to marry her. She would sabotage that opportunity. And let's not forget that she really liked him. Like, they were best friends. She would sabotage all of that because there was this fear from her childhood that she's going to be controlled too. Yeah, and that's why I really love this work so much. I love this work so much because it is so potent, you know. And I often also include somatic exercises. I'm also a trauma informed coach. So we're going really deep if it's not just like a belief, but something that's stuck in your body, in your mindset. Okay, so again, thank you so much for watching. And if you feel like you desire more support, you've tried so many things, but you're just not moving forward, it would be my honor to talk to you, to get to know you, reach out for a free love audit call. And yeah, don't forget, if you feel overwhelmed, you feel confused, you feel like you don't know if she's the one, if he's the one, you don't know if you move forward or not, first of all, raise your embodiment, envision yourself in clarity, tap into that feeling of clarity. I know it's sometimes hard yourself, but maybe you can do it. Okay, usually my clients calibrate to me when we have our call together. I hold that energy for them. And then go into reflections, journal, talk with people. Sometimes this already can help so much. But if you really want to save your time, reach out for a free love audit call. I'll be able to help you figure it out quickly and manifest your dream relationship. Manifest um, your dream 1% millionaire proposal. If you're already in a relationship, I would help you to feel fulfilled, feel like in the relationship, yes, I love it. Because, right, even if you have given your partner your yes word, your commitment, maybe you're already married, there can be still feelings of, I'm not sure if I'm into this. Like, there's just something missing, right? And it just shows in polarity, it just shows in attraction, like the passion is gone. Why so many people say, oh, yeah, the passion is gone, it's normal. No, it's not. Your body is just telling you, okay, something is up, let's find it. Like with the client that I shared with you, the example where she just wanted to be heard and seen, she just wanted to be listened to, and this is what she received. And then she could fully enjoy being in a relationship, the attraction polarity came back. So yeah, it's a lot to look into, but I see you in clarity, I see you in certainty, in this feeling of knowing, and I know you're gonna attract what you want. You attract your dream relationship. All right, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't. Send it to any, if you, oh, okay, this is important. If you have any girlfriends, even men do this often too. If you have any girlfriends that keep talking about their men, 24, you all know these girlfriends. I've been there too. Maybe I am sometimes still. No, I'm not. But I have moments where I like just want to talk about a problem because I'm confused or the relationship, and then I do exactly the steps I told you to just like go back to certainty emotionally, really reflect, take on my coach, and then boom, things are solved. But I used to do this. Like I used to talk a lot about relationships endlessly, looping the whole time. So if you have any girlfriends who do that, they are most likely confused. They're just talking, not having an answer. They are most likely confused, meant to, and send them this video. Send them this video, okay? And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And oh, I forgot. For my single ladies, I do have a free masterclass that you can grab. It's called Become the One. Go from single to engage. So you can, it's completely free. You can grab it. I will put the link in the description box after I finish the live stream. And if you're married, you can also watch it because it has lots of communication information. It has information for communication. It has lots of understanding how men work. So you will be able to get a lot of knowledge out of that too. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I see you in the next video.